Let's talk about Tawa, a super portable Japanese dexterity game. Welcome to Brains on Games. I'm Dr. Brian McDonald. In this episode, we're going to talk about a brand new game from the folks at Mokuomo who created Moku Tower, which I've talked about before on the show. We're going to talk today, though, about a super portable Japanese dexterity game called Tawa. Now, Tawa is a game for between 1 and 4 players. You can play it with kids, I would say aged 8 and up are going to be able to do this one, and games play only in about 10 to 15 minutes. Let's take a deeper look at Tawa. Tawa is a light dexterity game. It's coming to Kickstarter soon, so this is a prototype that I'm showing you today that was sent to me by the folks over at Mokuomo. I showed you the box, but really this is just a paper covering of the actual game box, which has that same carving on the top as the artwork that you saw on that little paper covering. Now, this is important because Tawa is meant to be a very portable game. It's meant to be something that you can play anywhere and just pull out. And what do you need to make a game portable? Well, it's got to be small enough that you can easily pack it and carry it around. And it can't have parts that are going to be easily blown away in the wind or be destroyed if you put them down on a table that maybe has some spots of water on it. Tawa fits the bill in every way. So this really is a re-implementation of the original Mokuomo Moku Tower game. And when you open up this box, well, of course, you've got the rule book, and then you've got a small number of those rocks that you may be familiar with if you've heard me talk about a Moku Tower or Moku Tower, the Endless Column. You've got some wooden coins that are victory point counters. You've got a big die, and you've got your platform that you're going to be building your tower on. So this is a light, like I said, a light, simplified, portable version of Moku Tower. You're only really keeping track of 2 different color rocks here. Now, I say rocks, which is what they're referred to, I think, as in the rule book, but they are made of wood. But you're really only concerned about the red ones versus the lighter ones. This is rosewood here that we're talking about. What you're doing in this game is that the first player is going to roll this big, giant wooden die, and the number that gets rolled is how many of those rocks they're going to have to stack up. If you stack 3 rocks, well, you're going to get 3 points. You can get bonus points depending on the patterns that you make with the rosewood blocks as well. One of the things that I do like here is that there is a special face. So instead of 6, you can see that there are only 5 stones here. So instead of a number 6, they just have the tower carved here into this die. And if you roll the tower, what's going to happen is you can build as many stones as you want. And if you're successful, you get to steal points from another player. So you're going to roll that die, and then you're going to begin stacking things up. Now, you can only stack with one hand, and you can only hold 1 stone at a time. So you're going to be putting it on this platform. And like I said, maybe you're trying to put the rosewood on the bottom and then stack some additional stones on top of that. Can I get 3 if I do it like this and I'm trying to talk to the camera at the same time? It is quite challenging. So if I'm able to place my 3rd one, I'm going to get 3 points. If it falls, if any of these stones fall, then I'm going to get 0 points and my turn ends. So for this tower that I've constructed here, I'm going to get 3 points. And there's these 3 Tawa coins. You may be able to see them here on the camera. They're just engraved here with the name of the game. I'll get those 3 coins. I am going to get a bonus point because I've got 1 rock in between the 2 rosewoods. So there, now I've got 4 points. The game continues until one player reaches a set number of points, and that's determined by the number of players. If you're only playing 2 players, you've got to earn 20 points. Once a player reaches that set number of points, which varies according to the number of players in the game. In a 4-player game, you're going to only be playing to 10 points. Then you've got your coins and you can reset. You could play multiple games if you wanted to. There are rules to play it cooperatively, and as I said, it's a 1 to 4 player game, so there are solo rules as well. So very simple, very straightforward. What skills are you practicing, though, when you're playing a game like Tawa? Well, it is very much a motor game. Dexterity and motor control is what we're talking about here. You're being very careful about balancing these things, and you can only do that with one hand. There's not a lot of strategy necessarily or forethought. I mean, you might be trying to make those patterns, like I said, or to steal some points from other players, but we are primarily, this is a dexterity game. What skill are you working on is motor dexterity, of course. Final thoughts about Tawa. Well, this is, I think, my favorite implementation of that Moku Tower style game that Mokuomo has been working on for the past probably almost since I started the channel. I've been talking about these guys. This is my favorite one. Why? Well, it's got a fantastic box. I love this box. It's got a magnetic closure, and you know me and magnets. I love those things. And it's small and portable. It can be played anywhere. And I do love a game that you can just pull out anywhere and play a quick game. If you're waiting at a restaurant for your food to come or something like that, you could play a quick round, if you wanted to, of Tawa. I also love, now listen, I'm going to be honest with you, I love all of these rocks from these Mokuomo games. However, what I've always found hard right from the start is distinguishing the wood grain or the shades one from the other. Sometimes you needed to really stack certain wood types up in certain ways. This simplifies it in a way that I really like. So you can focus not on wood identification, but on the dexterity part of the game. And I really like that. All we're doing is distinguishing between rosewood and these other rocks. And the rosewood is very, very easy to tell. Are there downsides to a game like Tawa? Well, what downside can I think of? I mean, if you like dexterity games, I mean, this is very pared down. You're not racing. There's no motor speed component. You're just trying to very carefully balance things on that tower. And I think the fact that it's so portable and can be played anywhere, it's so quick and straightforward and easy to teach. It does have great table presence. Like all of these Mokuomo games are beautiful, but it simplifies it just to the right amount for me, so that you're focused on dexterity and not on wood identification. I don't have any complaints about this one. Of course, this is a prototype and things might change when the actual game comes out. But my goodness, like I said, it's my favorite iteration of the Moku Tower style game. And I like dexterity games, and stacking is fun. If you, though, have any questions or suggestions or comments about Tawa or anything else that we've talked about at Brains on Games, well, of course, you can leave them in the comment section below the video. Or you can email me at brian@brainsongames.ca. Brainsongames.ca is the website. That's where future episodes will go. Previous ones are up there already. Brains on Games is the Twitter handle and the Facebook page and the Instagram feed, so we're all over the place. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to be notified of future ones, you can head on over to YouTube and click that subscribe button. Thanks for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you next time.